Okay, class. So, after we find out fraction defection, step number 3, you need to sum defective. Okay, maksudnya you kena tambah untuk cari total X. Okay, total X. Sini kelas. Total X equals to, you need to add all these defective. Okay. So, berapa dapat? Cuba tambah. 3 tambah 2 tambah 2, tambah 1 tambah 2, 5, 3 kan? So, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11, 14, 16, 22, 27, 27, 41, 44. Betul tak kelas? 44. Okay kan? 44 kan total up. So 44. This one is total X. So step number 4. Step number 4. Okay? Cari total X. So tambah semua defective. So you will got total X. So 44. Okay. So after you get 4, you get 44. Okay. Next step, you need to find out average fraction defection. Average fraction defection, which is P tanda kita panggil. Kalau you refer back to our theory kan, teori yang saya bagi tahu tu page 185 tu kan. Kita ada dia kata if the process is repeated, okay, you will get several estimate of fraction defective using this estimate of P for the processing using equation. Okay, P tanda equals to total X divided by total N. So total P tanda average fraction defection we consider as P tanda, okay, equals to total X divided by total N class. Total X divided by total N. Kan? So it is very easy je kelas. You nampak tak total X dah ada dah. Just ambil sahaja and then put it in your formulas. Okay? So total X equals to 44 kan? So tulis sini kelas. 44 divided by total N. Kita tak ada total N kan? Kita just ada N sahaja. So how many N's? How many N kita? Yang tadi ni, this one is sample size ni N kita kelas. So N kita tadi 50 kan? 50. So nak dapatkan total N, macam mana? You kena darab sample, number of sample times by sample size. Okay? Maksudnya number of sample times by sample size. So 44 divided by 10 times 50. 10 is our sample size, 10 yang dia bagi dalam soalan. And then kita punya sample size which is 50 class. So 50. So 10 times 50, you will got 500 kan? Okay, so 500. Cuba kira berapa dapat kelas? Cuba you all kira berapa you all dapat? 44 bahagi 500. Berapa dapat? So you will got 0.08 this is the answer of the average fraction defection ataupun P tanda. Okay? This is step number 5. Faham kelas? Setakat tu boleh tak? Harap you okay Tak apa, nanti kalau tak faham, you can just ask me through WhatsApp or live session nanti. Okay. So kita dah dapat dah P tanda kita, iaitu average fraction defection. Next step, after you got this P tanda, you need to find out, okay, standard deviation. Standard deviation. Okay. So standard deviation kita, saya nak sapu kat mana ni? Sinilah, boleh sini. SP. Okay. Sekejap. nak tulis kat mana ni. Sapu yang ni So kita kena cari SP, standard deviation. SP equals to punca kuasa P tanda dalam kurungan 1 minus P tanda divided by N. Okay, nampak tak kelas? Okay. Actually, you need to remember all the formula. Okay, as I mentioned you before. Okay. Kalau dalam final exam lah, kita tak ada formula yang dibagi kan. So sama juga sebab di semester kita tak ada final exam. So kita ada test. So test pun sama, kita tak bagi formula. Okay. So you need to remember all the formulas. Okay. So after you got P tanda ataupun average fraction defection, you need to find out standard deviation ataupun kita panggil SP. Okay. So SP ni dia punya formula. Punca kuasa, okay, P tanda dalam kurungan 1 minus P tanda divided by N. Okay. So semua dah ada kelas. You just masukkan sahaja. Sebab tu saya kata mudahnya soalan ni. Dah. You just ingat step yang saya ajar. InsyaAllah you boleh buat dalam test nanti. Okay, so P tanda. This is P tanda kita. Kan? P tanda 0.088. So masukkan kelas. 0.088 dalam kurungan 1. Okay, 1 you kena letak 1 lah. 1 tu memang kena 1 dah. Okay. 1 minus P tanda kita juga 0.088. Okay, divided by N. Berapa dah N kita? Sample size kita kena ingat 50. So divided by 50. So boleh tekan kalkulator. Okay, cuba you kira. Berapa you dapat? Berapa dapat? Okay, 0.04. 0.04. Nampak tak? 0. Saya buat warna merah lah, nampak? 0.04. This is our SP. Okay. 0.088. Okay. Okay. Boleh? Mudah je. Okay. So SP 0.04. Kita punya P tanda 0.08. Okay, so this one is the sixth step number 6. Banyak step tak apa, okay? Kalau tak nak sebut step pun tak apa. Asalkan you follow my step tadi lah juga. kena ikut lah. So, after you find out SP, okay? You need to find out UCL and also LCL. As I mentioned you in the theory class, UCL is upper control limit. LCL is lower control limit. So, sangat senang nak kira. Okay. So, first, you kena cari dulu UCL. Upper control limit. Kita ke sini sikit dah. Tak apalah whiteboard saya tu pun tak tak penuh, okey. So UCL equals to apa formula dia? P tanda kan? P tanda plus Z times SP. Semua dah ada kelas. You just masukkan sahaja. Kan? So, upper control limit equals to P plus Z times SP. UCL, you need to remember the formula is plus. Okay? Kalau LCL, the formula is minus. Okay? Jangan tertukar. Ada student tertukar. Okay? Dia buat UCL minus, LCL dia plus. Tak boleh. Salah. Okay? Ni pun sama. Kalau contoh pengiraan you daripada atas ni salah, salahlah semua. Okay? So, kena be careful. So, now, UCL. Okay? Kita kira UCL. Ni kelas. UCL equals to P plus Z times SP. Kan? So, masuk je kelas. So, equals to P kita, this one, 0.088. So, 0.088 plus. Okay. Z value. Z value, I mentioned you before this in question kan. First step lagi you dah buat dah. You dah jot down dah you punya three important information tadi kan. Yang 3 termasuklah Z value. So Z value kita berapa dalam soalan? Dia bagi tahu? 3 kan? 3. Which is 99.7% confidence interval. Okay, so Z value kita 3. So, kita bubuh 3 lah. 3 times SP kita. SP, this is our SP. Okay? 0.04. 0.04. Cuba you kira kelas. Berapa you akan dapat ni? Ni. Okay. Cuba kira. Okay? Senang kan? So, the answer is 0.208. 0.208. 8. This is our UCL. Kita punya UCL 0.208. Okay. 0.208. Okay. And then next step you kena cari LCL, lower control limit. So LCL formula sama sahaja, the same formula, but you need to change the equation mark, which is plus to minus. Okay, tambah kepada tolak. So minus P tanda minus Z times SP. Sama je dengan UCL. Okay. Cuma tukar tolak dekat tengah. And then you kena masukkan semua information yang kita ada. Okay. Fill in all the information using these formulas. Okay. So P tanda equals to this one. Again 0.088. So 0.088 minus, okay, minus Z value which is 3 kan. So 3 times 0.04 our SP. So cuba kira berapa you all dapat? Cuba kira. So you will got negative. Okay? Negative 0.032. So negative 0.032. Okay, actually class, LCL, when you calculate LCL, you will got negative numbers. Okay? But when you got a negative number, you need to consider it as a zero. Okay? Zero lah. Okay, ataupun zero. Buat macam tu. Bila you dapat dia punya number tu negatif, dia automatically akan jadi kosong lah. Kosong. Tapi kalau bila you kira LCL tu dapat nombor biasa, nombor positif, so biarkanlah. Jangan pula you tukar kepada kosong. Okay? Kalau negatif sahaja, you convert kepada zero. Okay, because when we want to construct a P chart, kita kena ambil benda ni untuk kita construct dalam kita punya P chart nanti. Okay? Boleh? So, finish the calculation. Sampai LCL you kena cari. Okay? Sampai LCL. Sebelum you nak construct a P chart. Macam manalah bentuk P chart ni kan. Don't worry, it's very easy. Okay? To construct a P chart. When you have all the information here, easy for you to construct a P chart. Okay? So, saya padam dulu yang ni. Okay? Sebab kita nak lukis dah sekarang. Okay? Kita nak lukis. Saya padam. Okay, lupa nak bagi tahu. This one is step number 6, number 7, number 8. So number 9. Number 9, you kena lukis graf P chart. You kena ada lah kita punya apa ni, paksi macam biasalah, X and also Y. Macam biasa, lukis graf. Okay. And then this one here is itu. Sorry. Jatuh. Okay, class. So, step yang seterusnya, step number 9, you need to construct P chart. This is second last step. Okay. So, after you find out P tanda, SP, UCL, and also LCL, now you can construct the P chart. Okay. So, P chart ialah macam graf biasa. You kena ada L axis and also Y axis, horizontal and vertical axis. Okay. So this one is for sample. Okay. Sample. Okay. And then this one for control limit. Okay, control limit. Okay, so now sample and also control limit. So you need to plot the graph. So kalau sample tadi kita ada 10 kan, 10, so 10 sampel lah. So number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, 7. Kena kecilkan sikit sebab ruang saya tak cukup. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10. 10 10 sampel kena ada, cukup 10. And then control limit. Okay, control limit